South Africa ambassador has been kicked out of America. You guys know, whenever I do a video about South Africa, they come for me without listening to learn. See, let me tell you something about life. Do you know who an ambassador is? An ambassador means you are the person representing your country in that host community. That's who an ambassador is. So whatever you say, it seems that that's what the whole country is saying. Whatever you do it means, and that is why, for example, now if an ambassador is living in Nigeria and he slaps a Nigerian, Nigeria will not slap him back. They will handle it in a diplomatic way. They will not allow you because he is a foreigner in your own country. So now, South Africa ambassador to America went as far as calling Americans white supremacists. Also called them how do you call this other thing he said to them, apart from calling them white supremacists. He also said they are racist. So now I don't understand whether, and now the funny thing is that their government did not recall him because they are supposed to naturally recall him, and after recalling him, maybe replace him with someone else. But they didn't do that. I want to believe that maybe they were not aware of what he did or the magnitude of what crime he had committed, and that's why he said what he said. But isn't it wise for you guys to always study what you have been asked to do, your position? How do you go to somebody's country? South Africans do not tolerate foreigners being in their country and saying anything negative about them. They will unalive you. It has happened before. So why would you now go to America? If you are living in that country and you are speaking bad about America, it's a different ball game. But why do you go to America as an ambassador? Do you know who an ambassador is? And you go there to open your mouth to disrespect the people who are your hosts. That's the host community where you live. It's really sad. And when he said those things, they expected that, the South African government that is under the leadership of Cyril Ramaphosa will remove him and maybe replace him with someone else. But as they have kicked him out, the next thing Trump will do is to close up their embassy there. And when they close up their embassy there, you already know that South Africans will now not be able to go to America again. So there are so many things. They will now ask all South Africans in America to go back home. How will you feel? Most of you will come and say, South Africans don't travel. They don't travel for real. Hey, God. In case you don't know, South Africans travel a lot. They travel a lot. We have them enough in Nigeria. We have them in different parts of the world. So if some of you with your little minds think that, South Africa don't travel a lot. If you are a leader, you are representing a whole country, you curtail the way you talk, you bridle your tongue. You don't just go on national TV or wherever it is, speaking to people in a disrespectful way, as in the people that pay you in hard currency, you not disrespect them and now call them name. You call them racist, yet when people call you xenophobic, you get offended. Is it not the same thing you are doing? This is really sad. When I saw that news, I'm like, for real? Maybe I thought if it was maybe news that was not written and people were reputable, organizations weren't talking about it, I would have thought maybe it's a clickbait or maybe bloggers just want to make money. But watching that, I'm like, for real? What's going on? How do you go to somebody's place and call the person a thief? For example, you say you're a thief, you are an armed robber, you are this, you are that. You don't do that. Maybe it was not, you didn't know, he was carried away, but you are an ambassador to that place. And you know that, for those of you who don't know what has been going on between South Africa and America. So when Donald Trump took over power, before he even took over power, there was this land act, something that was amended. And they're saying that, the lands owned by private sector is going to be done this, the one owned by government is going to be done this way. And then the Afrikaners weren't comfortable with that, and they took up the matter. And while they were deliberating on this matter, that was the period Donald Trump came in. So Donald Trump, because he has stopped the US aid from going to so many parts of Africa, let's say almost all African countries that used to receive US aid, they have stopped giving them that aid. So when Donald Trump was not talking about South Africa, he said that South Africans have become a problem to the Afrikaners, like the white people living in their country, and they have been treating them in a very bad way. So after too much talking, he now said he's not going to give them aid. He reduced the aid he reduced the AIDS support and every other tuberculosis support and all that. So when Cyril Ramaphosa came out to complain and said that, in fact, before he complained, Donald Trump spoke to the Afrikaner community, which is the Urania people. He said, can they come? They should come back to America. He's going to absorb them as refugees. So the Urania people, most of them say, oh, it's a great thing you have said, but we cannot come to America. We like where we are living, because you know that in South Africa, I think 90 something percent of the land there, private land there, is owned by the whites. Is owned by the whites. So the blacks don't even really have anything. And that is why if you go there, you can see that the whites have where they live and the blacks have where they live. Even in Pretoria, where they have a mixed, multitude, you could still differentiate the houses to know that this one is for those who are black South Africans and this side is for the white South Africans. And even though they've lived over 400 years in South Africa, if you go to Urania, in Urania there is no black living there at all, because the Urania people have said that, South Africans are, the Iranian people have said the black South Africans will steal, they will hijack, they will maim people. They were saying so many things, even which I even made a video saying no, that was too harsh for you to think. Those things are too harsh for you to say about a person you are coexisting together, like, because the black South Africans used to say that Urania or the white Afrikaners, they are not their enemies. But I was so surprised at the turn of events when those people were saying that they were telling the interviewer that, can you see where we live? You can keep your phone here and come back to meet it. Your child can go out and is not afraid of being molested. Your girl can grow up and you are not afraid whether they are going to make your child pregnant. So I was not like, they are indirectly saying that the black South Africans are loose and they are lazy and they are pickpockets and they are arm robbers, they are thieves. Like, I was saying, no, that was not nice, being that you are in the same country. So, and then Cyril Ramaphosa now did a rejoinder and replied to Donald Trump, telling Donald Trump that to hell with his support, he doesn't need his support. So that is Cyril Ramaphosa staying in his country, replying Donald Trump. You as an ambassador, you do not have the right. You didn't do well to have done that. And I expected that if the Cyril Ramaphosa was really serious at that time that thing was happening, he would have recalled his ambassador and closed down the embassy there. But he didn't do that because he knows that the people who are there, the South Africans who are in America, will still need that embassy to do one or two things they were supposed to do, maybe renew passports and other things they are supposed to do. But if you look at the turn of events now, when the ambassador went there and was making those racist comments, saying that America are racist, they are white supremacists and all that, they expected that the ANC-led government, which is a Cyril Ramaphosa, they would have recalled that ambassador and replaced him with someone else. It would have made more sense. But in this case, they did nothing like that. They allowed him to stay there until America kicked him out. So now it's more embarrassing that America has kicked him out. It now shows a very bad reflection on the country called South Africa. It's like they did not know what they were supposed to do, or they are now being embarrassed on something they would have taken the initiative a long time ago to do that, to foster that. So look at it this way. If Donald Trump gets so offended, like he's being pushed the more, they will not welcome any other person, because that other man, they have stripped him of all his entitlement. They've taken his passport, they've taken they've cancelled his visa. That's to show you that, in fact, it will get to a point where he will never be allowed to come into America. Like, there are people they suspend like that, and after 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, they lift it. But in this case, they have seized this document, so they will allow him. They are kicking him out, and that kind of a thing. They can airlift him and drop him in South Africa, and then leave him without those documents because it's already cancelled. But this is a lesson to a lot of you. When you are in a country, never speak bad about that country, especially when you are an ambassador, because an ambassador is a representative of a country. So when you go to a place like that and disrespect the people and look down on them and call them names, then you are looking for a fight. So basically, guys, thank you for watching this video. I want you to let me know your thoughts on the comment section. Do you think what the ambassador did was right? Do you think he overshot that thing he was doing? Thank you guys for watching. I want to know your thoughts on the comment section. I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.